Alright guys, so today's myth. Hinduism has 30 million gods. And this is not necessarily true. It just happens to be that majority of Hindus today are polytheistic.
But wait! There's more!
I'll discuss the polytheistic part later, but let's first look at other parts. Monotheism in Hinduism, that's right, there are many sectors in Hinduism similar to this, like Vaishnavism, which considers Vishnu as the one supreme lord, or Shaktism, which fixates on the goddess. There are even attempts in Hinduism to merge polytheism with monotheism, such as this shlok. Now we all know what that means, so let's move on. No, I'm just kidding. So what this is basically saying is just like all raindrops ultimately merge into the ocean, just like that, all praise from all gods ultimately merge into the one supreme.
Wait a minute!
So this is probably the most surprising part of this video. The Samkhya philosophy is one of the 6 major schools of philosophy in Hinduism, and while it still believes in aspects like the self and liberation, it does not regard a final god. Yep, Hinduism with no god. Never expected that one, did ya? And now let's move on to the most common Hindu practice. So let me clear up this idea about 30 million gods. For Hindus, we worship saints, seers and gurus in a similar fashion to our gods, because compared to us, they're enlightened beings, so for us they're as good as God. Then come the avatars. The avatars are human incarnations of what God is. So it's not really a separate God, it's the same thing basically. And this includes big names like Krishna, Ram, Hanuman, and so on. And I reckon up to here we've covered about 70% of the 30 million gods, about 70. Then come the icons like Lakshmi and Ganesh. So why does Hinduism have so many different icons? Well, I'm sure many Hindus have different takes on this, so this is just our take. So the beauty of Hinduism is that we regard every aspect of life as divine. Now hold up. By divine I don't mean magical sky beings or fairies. By divine I just mean something that has to be cherished, something that's very, very special. And so Lakshmi doesn't have to be the goddess of wealth. She could simply be the representative entity that represents wealth. Now whether Lakshmi is just a representative entity or whether she exists in that form, that's up to your perception. Now there's many different ways to look at this. One way is ice, water and steam. So fundamentally they're all just water, right? But you never hear someone going,
Want some water, mate?
no one does that, right? If you want ice, you just ask for ice. And so in this analogy, water is what God is, and ice, steam, liquid are the different forms of God. So that's it for today's episode, guys. As always, please hit that subscribe button so you can catch next week's episode.